Hi, I'm Ronnie from Ronnie's Garage, and we are holding our monthly tech meet at my garage. We're going to get into this S1 steering box. This is actually off a 58 S1 Flying Spur. Now we got the bottom plate to come off. One of these are 7/16 also. And this has a little dog on here that has a bolt that holds copper oil line that goes out along this arm, and a lot of times they have a fitting out here, so it lubricates this joint.
Is that manual operated?
Yeah, it's got that pump on the firewall that you press down, and it should return slowly.
Sure. Cool. Steering box looks so fancy.
Okay. Here's the last spacer washer, which, once I get it out of here, you can see it's not like any of the others. You got your seal down at the bottom, you got this washer, and there is another bearing down here that, let's see if I can get it out, damaging the bearing. Coming out. There's the bottom bearing. Miss me. Is it moving? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're coming up.
Okay, there's your bottom bearing. The idea of this is so that once this is mounted, this is upside down obviously, this plate and different thickness washers are put in there to get the right load on this so it doesn't move up and down. You don't want it to move up and down or backwards. If it goes up and down, it's going to go backwards. All right? Now the 2 and 3 boxes also have that washer in there too. And we've almost got this apart. One more thing we've got to take apart because they like to put one more O-ring in.
So the inner bearing race is ground as part of this.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's an expensive part.
That is, yeah.
Very expensive part. And if you look at that roller, it's canted, if I remember right.
Yeah, to match your
Right,
the
to
helix
match.
of the worm.
And I've never seen any of these wear out except in the manual steering boxes. And what happens on those is they're not always lubricated.
Right, the grease dries.
Fluid comes out and they get full of water and garbage. And I restored a S1 Continental coupe years ago, back in the 90s, that you couldn't get the parts. So it was a little crunchy, the steering. It was a manual steering wheel. So we got these 2 studs, nuts off. We got the bolt here, and then there's one more. And it's tight.
That line from Dodge, we're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger boat. I like that. I had a bigger one, but I figured that one would do.
Clear out there.
Yeah.
Takes 4 guys.
Voila. So imagine if you didn't go this step, which I'm glad I did, because you can see there was fluid getting around. All this work, get it all set up, get it in the car, which is a project. It's difficult to put back in there, and then have it leaking. So looks like somebody's put some sealer on here too, but yeah, that one looks like it was leaking to me. There we are. Yay! It's apart. Now, I'm not going to put it all back together because it's really time consuming, a lot of cleaning. I'm 99% sure that this thing is in backwards. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm going to check the book because it describes it pretty well. If I am wrong, then I'm going to put my gauges on it and start checking that.
Okay, and if you had a Cloud 2 car, the difference between those two, could you adapt the Cloud 2 steering if you wanted it to be like a Cloud 3? Or do you have to get the Cloud 3 complete to do it?
Well, this is off the Cloud 2 and 3 box. This is actually a 3 spool valve. So here's you can do what you said. You have to change the pump. You have to have the higher pressure pump. And the 1 and the 2s and 3s are different. You can see the housing's different size and all that. But the 2 housing has the same type of spring and piston thing. The 3 does not. You can see it's flat. It doesn't have all those holes in it. And what it does is it has a spring washer. Not this, well, it's almost that size. It's thinner. But that is what goes there. So you're actually, when you're putting that pressure on, you're bending the spring washer. There's a spring washer on each side, and then this is all sandwiched between these. It's just a much finer tuning on those. The 2s and 1s, they move a lot more than the Cloud 3. That doesn't move much. So yes, on a Cloud 2 you could change this part, as long as you had all the parts and they were properly centered. Change your pump and it would steer like a Cloud 3 instead of a 2. And then the 2 is much more effort. Much more effort. Sometimes it feels like there's no power steering at all.
You've taken all these parts off. Mm-hmm. You've not been taking any notes about the sequence or the location or anything like that, so you're presumably remembering how you're going to put it all together again.
I did lay it out in order.
Yeah, but it's all over the place, actually. At least to me, it appears all over the place.
Don't question the master.
That's right.
That's right.
Rule number 1.
Young Luke. Yes, I've done this many times. It really only goes together one way, except for the shimming.
Yeah.
And this valve obviously can go in either way, which is, I think, the problem on this. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube. And if you have any questions, there's contact info on this video. Go ahead and give me an email. Thanks.